Thanks for being here. I'm Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, coming to you from my friend Jessie Levy's beautiful art-filled flat in Brooklyn Heights. And there's a new moon in Pisces tonight. And I know new moons are always supposed to be about beginnings. But one important thing about beginnings is you have to end stuff first. Very important. Otherwise, things get messy. And the new moon is amazing for just dropping things from the past, so that the beginnings that we make, the resolutions we make tonight and tomorrow is especially good, will have a clear place to grow. And a new moon, it's a beginning, but it's a beginning that builds on everything that's gone before. So every month we have a chance to start again, to grow a flower out of out of the compost of our past. Take that as you will. And the new moon in Pisces, especially now that it's Mercury retrograde, which we'll get back to in a second, new moon in Pisces is a very swingy, slippery, delicious kind of new moon. Pisces is about transcendence. It's about the ability to sort of merge yourself. Like the old joke, what did the Buddha say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. So the Pisces new moon is about recognizing the end of certain cycles. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. And it's about, how can I put this? This is a really good time to it's a good evening to meditate, to think about your goals, to think about the things that have gone right in your life and be grateful for them. And think about how you'd like to have more of what you have that's good. And who you have to forgive. Pisces new moon is a lot about forgiving, because the word forgive means to drop. And I know there's a lot of talk about mindfulness, and that's great, but I don't know about you, but if a word like mindfulness is used so much, it kind of starts bouncing off my head. Like, mindfulness, what does that mean? So for me, mindfulness is when I start stewing about something that's happened. Like, I'll have a fight with my boyfriend. Like this morning. Didn't hear that. And I start stewing about it. I don't know if you're a stewer, but I'm a stewer. If I catch myself stewing, what I do is then just say, is this happening now? And then I say, no, it isn't. Actually, no, I'm sitting on a comfy sofa in a room filled with beautiful art. Not happening now. And so then I say, okay, drop it. And it's the same with forgiveness. If you're stewing about something that somebody has done to you, some unfairness, some injustice, you can ask yourself, is this happening now? And if it isn't, which probably isn't, because you're asking yourself that, so if the answer is, no, this isn't really happening now, this person isn't in the room with me, I'm not in that situation right this second, although it might be in my environment, but it's not happening to me now. So you can check in with yourself, and then you can say, okay, drop it. And that's forgiveness. It's a lot easier. Let me see if I can find my mic. So this evening, the other thing I wanted to say is that we have Mercury in retrograde tonight, and for the next until the 25th. When Mercury is retrograde, you might notice things like the car breaks down, anything to do with transportation, anything to do with forward movement, communication, signing things. Not a great time to start like a new project. Oh, we've got Tabitha in Queensland holding. Not a great time to start a new project. It's not a great time if you're traveling, set out like 2 hours earlier than you normally would. If your computer suddenly starts speaking Icelandic and smoking, not smoking, but smoking out of Sears. That's all very Mercury retrograde. The good thing about Mercury retrograde is that it's a time to do everything that begins with relax, reflect, recover. What are some other words? Retreat. If you're in a difficult situation, you don't know how to handle it, retreat. It's also a good time to go through your past and kind of accept it, accept the triumphs, just drop the things that didn't work out the way you think, because you never know. Looking back in 10 years, you'd be like, I am so glad that didn't work out. So Mercury retrograde, it's just a great time to take care of yourself. So some self-care, some mindfulness, and now we're going to do some readings. So, hi, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight.
Hello, love.
Oh. I'm going to ask you to speak up a little because my iPad is being very Mercury retrograde. So speak up, project from your diaphragm, and tell me, hi dear, when's your birthday?
Charlotte, you there? Can you hear me? Speak up.
Okay.
Let's see. Sign language.
Where's my producer? Turn something on your, whatever you're speaking into that turns the volume up.
And we're just working on this. My wonderful producer is on this.
Just make sure that your microphone is on your phone or whatever you're using.
You still there? Okay. Well,
since you can hear me, I can't hear you. I'm just going to tell you a little about yourself. You're in a sort of passage that I'm seeing with a lot of my clients right now, where they're growing into their real selves. And it's a little uncomfortable because, as the great writer Henry Miller once said, when we exceed our known limitations, we shouldn't expect the approval of family or friends. Okay, Bridie, can you I think we fixed it.
You there?
Hello.
Hello.
This is Tad from Australia. How are
Tad.
you?
That's a nicer name than Bridie. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good, Peri. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure. I have so many friends in Queensland. What a great place.
It is
except for the spider.
here, yeah.
So great. So how can I help you today, love?
I just wanted to have a chat with you about, I'm a businesswoman. I have a business, I employ a few people, and just the general vibe about the changes that are happening around me for myself and my family, basically, and if I'm moving in the right direction.
That's lovely. What day is your birthday, dear? You don't have to tell me the year. You don't ask me, I wouldn't ask you.
Oh, that's okay. It's the 5th of April.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. A lot of stuff for Aries right now. And you're El Tutti de Tutti Aries. You're very Aries in that you have a childlike sense of excitement about getting stuff done and about being yourself in the world and moving things forward. It's really nice energy. And a cool person. So Aries, Chiron, which is a planet, kind of an asteroidish, planetish thing. Cosmology, not my strong point. Anyway, but this has a big effect on horoscopes. Chiron, which is the wounded healer planet, is going into Aries right now. And so a lot of Aries are experiencing a huge kind of healing going on. And they're facing a lot of old issues that they thought they would have to keep. They felt like, oh, well, this is just who I am. This is my problem. And you're suddenly realizing that you're sort of transcending your old limitations. That's a little uncomfortable. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that pretty much?
It makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't tell if you have 3 kids or 2. Yeah.
2.
Okay. I don't know if you don't want a 3rd kid, take certain precautions. There is kind of a 3rd kid circling you. But you're a great mom. So I have to say, you really are a very good mom. You reflect your kids back to themselves accurately and lovingly. You're not a narcissist. I'm a New Yorker, so for me to meet somebody who's not a narcissist, like, whoa. Let me pick a couple of cards for you, because I have a feeling about some cards that are going to come up. I don't know if you're expanding in terms of your living condition, moving, or if you're expanding the house you're in. Tell me which one it is.
I'm doing business expansions at the moment.
That's what it feels like. Okay. Yeah, you've got a good business, and it's got to do with. It feels like it's got to do with. Well, you have really good people managing skills. That's really cool. It has to do with communication. Hold on, and I feel like you sort of help people reframe their own businesses. Tell me what to do. Save some time.
I have a trucking company.
Okay, communication, trucking. Well, it's a stretch, but I'll take it. Yeah, you are expanding, and it feels like you're going to much farther away than you previously were. You got some really good people working for you too. The first card is, hold on. The first card is a card that says to me that somebody might be offering you something that, I think, for your business, that kind of looks good on paper, but there's a little intuitive bell in you. This might not have happened yet. If not, it's going to come up in the next couple of weeks. It's like somebody's making you some sort of offer, and it looks good on paper. There's a little bell inside you going, ding, no, not so much. So, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I would really think about it. It might be somebody offering you a partnership, or it might be, but again, try not to sign anything until after March 25th too. You and your partner, or romantic partner, are having a really good time right now. Maybe that's where the thing of the third kid is coming from. But it's interesting. I think you went through a difficult time with him or her, but it's like that sort of brought you closer together. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And is your father okay? Or is there some way in which the obstacle transformation card here has to do with a father-like energy? It might be that somebody who's not your father, but a father figure, recently left your life in one way or another, and you're having to kind of find almost that male side of you. Does that make sense? Not like you're going to be wearing lumberjack shirts and stomping around, but
yeah,
women
it resonates.
Cool.
My dad's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Good to hear. One really good thing that's coming up is you got the Wheel of Fortune card. And I hate to sound like a fortune teller, cross my palm with silver. I see many good things in your future. Full dark man. Lots of water. But anyway, so what the Wheel of Fortune card says is that suddenly, your luck was pretty good, but now you're entering into a time of like genuine good luck. And it's almost like you might have been feeling like you were pulling on a door that you just noticed was marked push. You're going to be like, oh, okay, got this. Push it. And all of these great things are going to start falling into your life. Now, this just sort of started to feel like it was happening within the last 6 weeks. You're really going to notice it probably around the end of March. Interesting. You're definitely headed in the right direction, and I'll tell you why. You have the Justice card, which means that in this case, you're making very good decisions. Also, you and actually probably your partner as well are both getting sort of overdue recognition. I feel like you've been doing this work for a while, but recently things just started. It's like people are really taking you seriously. They really want to work with you. You proved how trustworthy you are and that you do a better job than anybody else. So that's a really nice thing. You're getting recognized for doing good work. Feels like a physical challenge for you that has been on and off for a while.
Mhm.
I'm all about going to doctors, so I think it's ready to leave. My back hurts when I'm saying this, so it might be either a back thing, feels like something to do with like bones more than something to do with, stop me if I'm wrong. I mean, if you have, the other possibility is you might have a slight chronic fatigue thing, but it feels like you're going to find the right treatment for that, and pretty soon. So just take care of yourself. Make sure you don't overwork. Get a little hope. You do tend to be a bit of a warrior. But the last card, the outcome card, is the Chariot, which is especially good for somebody who's in transportation because it's the victory card. And it's the like, it's the triumph with wheels. And I'm glad you're using wheels because this chariot seems to be drawn by sphinxes, if you can see the card. I would recommend wheels. Sphinxes tend to break down. Hard to get the part for sphinx. But that's great. And on top of that, there's a card that says, this is like around 6 to 8 months. So you're triumphing over a lot of sort of obstacles all at once. And you've got the card that says you're going to be flying high. And you might expand your business a bit more even and have like different offices in different places. So that's great. If you get rich, send me some, I don't know.
Sure. I'll fly you over and you come and visit.
I love Australia. Ooh. Oh God, any last questions?
No, Peri, that's really it. I've had a bit of a tough time. I'm going through some people that owe my family a considerable amount of money, and it feels like it's been never ending. And I just, you sometimes get to your last wit's end and you just think, oh, I just can't do this anymore. Like, when is this going to end? So it was more just to make sure that my family were okay and that with one foot in front of the other and making sure that I was heading in the right direction. So
you really are. And let me tell you one last thing before I take this next caller. First of all, I like you, so come back sometime. But the second thing is, in my own life, there was a 7-year battle I was fighting to get something about money straightened out. And it just was like, when is this going to end? And
yeah.
When in the last few weeks, when Chiron moved from Pisces to Aries, it suddenly, everything fell into place, worked out miraculously in a way that I couldn't have envisioned. And that's really what I see is about to happen. Remember I said by pulling in the door mark push? I don't mean that it's anything you're doing, but a combination of social pressure, their own consciences, and you got the justice card, so some sort of legal pressure, and they're finally going to cough it up because, honey, they got the money. they just didn't want to give it to you. So, and your kids are
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Many blessings from me to you.
Oh, I'm right back at you, sweetheart. Come back soon and go say hi on my Facebook page.
Peri.
You're really cool. All right, sweetie. Thank you, Tabitha. All right, loves. Oh, that was really fun. This is it's the best job in the world. Okay, now we have a young lady from Georgia. And hello, darling, you there? Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Nice. Oh, you've got a beautiful contralto voice. I love that. Okay. So tell me your first name.
Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. Oh, that's nice. God, you must get sick of people singing that song to you. And what day is your birthday?
Say what day?
Yeah, just put like on March 18th. You're what?
Yeah, July 29th.
Oh, look at you, Leo. I should just let you host this. Leos are great at that. Hi, sweetie. Thanks for calling. How can I help you today?
Well, I really want to know about more about my love life and finance.
Love and money? I can do that. You know what? Love is not a problem for you. You're a lot more sought after than I think you sort of like to admit to yourself. I think you're very attractive. Um, what I'm going to say is, if you're not with somebody right now, and I think there's a couple of people you're thinking about, and I think there's somebody, it's a little complicated. You got a lot going on in your love life. So if you're not in a solid relationship that you think you should have right now, I'll tell you something. It's because some part of you doesn't really want that. You like your freedom. You like enjoying yourself. You don't want anybody saying, like, do this, do that. You don't really feel like picking up somebody's socks right about now. So I want you to give yourself a little credit that if you're not in the sort of relationship that we read about in books right now, it's because that's not really what you want. You have a lot of, you like your freedom. Having said that, there's somebody you're thinking about, and then there's somebody who's thinking about you. So I think you might be either seeing a couple of people at the same time, or there's somebody you're really interested in, and then there's somebody who's really interested in you. Is that making sense right now?
Yes.
Cool. And am I right? I don't think landing a gentleman is really a problem for you. I'm just saying. Even if you might think it is, I don't think it is. You have that energy of like, oh, some part of you knows you can land anybody you want. The person you're really interested in is also really interested in you. There are some life circumstances that make it a little hard for that to work out right now. Somebody might be in a relationship, or somebody else might be. There's like some obstacles that don't have anything to do with the actual feeling, right? That are getting in the way. The other person, the person who really likes you, as somebody who's been a practicing woman for quite some time, I can tell you that it's human nature, or it's chick nature, to sort of be more interested in the one who doesn't seem to like you quite as much. I mean, if somebody really likes us, we're like, whatever. But if somebody's a little hard to get with, and you like to win. So if the guy you like more, I would give it another 6 weeks, and also pull back your energy. So if you're texting him or anything like that, pull back, kind of vanish a bit, because you're not the only one who likes hard to get. He does like you. He's got a very distracted energy right now. So he's like going through shit. Going through stuff. Sorry. Now, I think your real big relationship is after this guy or girl. I don't have to make assumptions. But you can definitely have this guy. The other thing, the money thing. The thing about you is you can make money fast, but then you look around and it's like, where'd it go?
Right. Oh God.
Yeah. You're so busted. I'm the same way. So now what my guides are telling me is that you are capable of making quite a bit of money. You have a very good mind for business, because you've got a good mind for ideas. And when you feel like it, you're really good at like getting business stuff done. This is what they want for you. They would like you to take a week, sit down at your computer or take a pen and pencil and figure out what every single penny is. And I know that sounds like, personally, I'd rather be strapped upside down to a large rock and have people pour diet spray on. But, sorry, good enough about my personal life. But the minute that you get you know where every single penny you have is, where it's going, where it's coming in. That's when your income is suddenly going to go boom, like that. Also, I think the job you're in is a little small for you, and there's some sort of side hustle or that I would ask you to actively research and pursue. Don't quit your day job yet, but you're somebody who can really make money. Look through turn around and look at your past and tell me I'm wrong, because you can just manifest it.
Right.
You're good. What? Does that ring true for you?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm right. Yeah.
Okay, one last thing. Got a couple more minutes. I'm so glad you called. Hi. My little Leo. You've been playing a little small. Sometimes really people with a lot of personality like to make themselves a little smaller because they don't want to hurt other people's feelings. Screw that. Play big. Be as big as you are, because you've got a big personality and brain and all of that. You're very good with animals. That's interesting. You know, the other thing is take really nice care of yourself. And so the other thing is, and so I'm going to leave, we got 30 seconds. What I'd like you to do over the next month is pamper yourself. Get your hair done, get some clothes that make you feel like, oh, I'm happy. And that will also make you more prosperous. So blessings, my dear. Will you let me know what happens? Either go to my Facebook page or call next week, because you've got some really good stuff coming up. Just get that to the penny thing going, and everything's going to expand. All right, Noelle?
I sure will. And thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Bless you. And just everybody have a wonderful week. It's just such a joy to hang out with you guys. And if you didn't get through this week, try again next week, because it's going to be my birthday, and I want your presence as my presence. So I'm Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. This is a couch, and there's some beautiful paintings. This is my hat to prove that I'm a beatnik poet. And I'm just really happy for all of you, because I think there's a really nice change in the air. The Pisces new moon, and during Mercury retrograde, remember to retreat, relax, recover, review.